This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. I'm back! Maybe if you were really keen-eyed, like Nylea, the keen-eyed, you might have noticed I took a bit of a break, almost a week off from making daily YouTube videos, aside from recording 3 intros and outros, which I was pretty happy to do. Those don't feel like a ton of work, but yeah, for the most part, I took some time off. I also streamed. I had 3 streams. You know, that's a few hours. But for the most part, I spent the last week or so since the epic run for Top 1200 waking up around noon, never putting on proper grown-up pants, just wearing pajamas all day, shaving just before getting camera ready, which I sometimes waited like until 6 o'clock in the evening to do, and just being generally lazy and chilling out. So what was really funny is during the 2 years streak video, there were a bunch of comments saying I needed to take a break. Gotcha, way ahead of ya, was on a break. Went on a break, recorded 1 million hours of content in one night, took a week break. Did feel a little bad about it, not gonna lie, because there's a new set, there are new cards, and that's the time where I feel like my role is of the utmost importance. I need to show you the developments and the trends in the metagame and let you know which decks are looking good, which ones you should craft, and where the one boarding comes in, where good best of 3 lists aren't quite that good in best of 1. And so in order to catch up on some of that, we're going to dive right in with probably the biggest new arrival in terms of competitive decks from this set, and that is Counter Dragon. So, IZZET Counter Dragon. Goldspan Dragon being pretty much the only major new card for the deck, although it does have, you know, some of these foretold cards, but they could have been replaced with other things. But saw it coming, Behold the Multiverse, do make the deck a little bit better. Faceless Haven helps, Snowlands and a 1 mana 3 damage removal spell, Frostbite, they help. But for the most part, this deck is built completely around Goldspan Dragon. Hall of Famer and Twitch Rivals competitor, Luis Scott Vargas, says he built this deck in about 15 minutes, maybe wrote it on the back of a napkin, and it has blown up and it is all over the frickin' meta. But it's a unique deck, especially for best of 1, because I see a lot of people on ladder playing it exactly as Luis made it. And Luis did not make it quite like this. Luis had 2 negates, 2 disdainful stroke, and 2 essence scatter. This is pretty close to the list. I will say that this deck has significantly more problems in best of 1 because it is a tempo deck. It needs to keep the opponent a little off balance and then turn the tide with the dragon. This deck has extremely good matchups against Yorion and any other kind of slow deck. Like, this deck can steal and win those games, and it has a really good matchup against all things Yorion and control. So this deck in particularly has been driving me crazy. But the deck is almost unable to compete with something along the lines of a mono white, a mono red, a mono green on the draw. Like, it just flat gets run over and epically demolished. So in order to try to at least, like, I've tried a lot of things. I tried Crush the Weak and Cinderclasm for sweepers. I've tried just a lot more removal spells and a lot less counter spells, but the deck has a tension to it because its win con actually is a bit fragile. The actual way it just wins is you need to assemble the combo. The combo is Goldspan Dragon and 2 counter spells that cost 2 mana. So negate, saw it coming. Because most players can set up for, I play Goldspan Dragon. Okay, I play Heartless Act. Okay, that makes a treasure. I cast negate and I counter the Heartless Act. Because every time Goldspan Dragon is a target of the spell, you make a treasure token that you can sacrifice for 2 mana. And then the opponent untaps and says, okay, I play Elspeth Conquers Death. And because you attacked with the dragon, you made another treasure. And you play Saw It Coming and you counter it. And from there, you can't really lose against those kind of decks. So we need enough 2 mana counters that work in those spots to make sure that you still win. And I think 7 is like the bare minimum of hoping to get 2 of these to go with your dragon. And then we want a backup win con, because just the dragon, it can die. Bad things can happen to it. So we want Shark Typhoon. I don't think that's cuttable. I tried playing without it, didn't like it. I tried playing a Gadwick Opt version that was just as slow, just as clunky, and not really good except for the mirror. Then we need some card advantage, some way to draw cards. I've tried Maze Mind Tome in this, but I think Behold the Multiverse being a new card and doing close to the same thing is where it's at. So we're still running Behold the Multiverse. And then we've got the tempo early game plays, and I replaced some counter spells with Scorching Dragonfires to try to keep the rogues away from us because they're still really popular, and this deck has a really bad matchup with rogues. So this is the best shot I've taken for trying to make this a good best of one deck, because I'm not convinced it should be one. More than any deck I've played in a long time, the play draw is the deciding factor. This deck, when I play it, is around 80% to lose on the draw and around 60% to win on the play, which is that whoa, it's not great. But anyway, we're gonna take it out and play it because it is super popular. It is a big part of the meta, and we're gonna try to get some takeaways, get some knowledge for you guys to share. So without blah 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 any further, we're going to dive in, except for one thing. We're going to dedicate the deck very quickly to Happy, H-A-P-I, the latest YouTube member. So thank you very much, Happy. We're dedicating streak number 734 to you. There's a sweet deal in the store on Voracious Great Shark, so we're picking up this Voracious Great Shark card style in your honor. Thanks for becoming a member. If you would like to become a member, hit the join button below, support the channel, get access to bonus content. Now we dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Oh baby, back recording on the daily. You guys, so many decks, so many Kaldheim cards. But the set has been a lot of like sprinkling into, like you sprinkle Showdown of the Scalds in this, and you sprinkle Goldspan Dragon in that. Not a lot of brand new archetypes, although we'll definitely cover the ones that exist. What the heck? No removal, but on turn 2 we can foretell Multiverse, and turn 3 cast it. Then turn 4 hopefully cast 1 or 2 removal spells or set up a counter spell, then dragon them. Is that good enough? Seems so slow, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Always try to get 3 snowlands on the battlefield as fast as you can. We could go, actually we could just fetch with the Fabled Passage now. We know we want to get blue anyway because we only need 2 red for the whole game. And that would give us the ability to curve into 3 snowlands and possibly cast a Frostbite for 3 on turn 3. This is one of the hardest to play decks that they've put out in a while. At least hard to win. Not hard to play, hard to win. If you make even a little mistake in sequencing or mana, like it can bite you and wreck the whole game. Our opponent fables into a Plains. Anything could happen. Brazen Borrower is a good tempo draw. Now we're looking for a counter spell or 2 to go with our dragon. An assemble combo. Seasoned Hollowblade. It's a good borrower target, especially if it gets suited up with an equipment. Okay. Let's see what they do. I really want to behold the Multiverse. Second Hollowblade. Well, alright. We could also make a baby shark. That's the most mana efficient play. Draw a discard from them. Might as well. We're not going to remove their threats. We're going to have to go over, up, and around them. Drawing a tap land there is not ideal. We do not want to spend a turn on a tap land. It's basically a dead draw because we don't want to play it anytime soon, and mana should be fine once we start dropping dragons. Alright, saw it coming. That is tricky too. We really want to foretell this. I think what we're going to end up doing is taking a beating from these hollow blades. So I'm going to set up the Saw It Coming to go with the dragon and try to behold the multiverse into the untapped land. And then the race is on. The race is really on. So please, opponent, don't do too much this turn, you know? Just be satisfied with your 6 damage. Okay. That is fine. Oh, okay, that went well for us. Let's behold this multiverse. We've got our untapped land. Since we're putting a land to the bottom anyway, we don't want to shuffle the deck anytime soon, and we know we'd get an island anyway, so we're just going to bury the passage and keep the regular. Good removal spell. Good borrower. Now the opponent might have the giant killer, but we're ready for it. The question will be, once we spend the Saw It Coming, if they have the giant killer, what happens next? Okay, no giant killer. Say go. They go for the showdown. I guess they tapped out, and countering this is probably really good. But we could also bounce their Hollow Blade, untap, bounce their Hollow Blade. And then they have no creatures to really pile the counters on, and their showdown doesn't do anything. But what am I going to counter? I guess what I really want to counter is anything that would kill the dragon. Ha! Yeah, there's a giant killer and a lot of land. All right, brazen your Hollow Blade. Treasure's tapping for 2 mana because of the dragon. By the way, that effect doesn't stack because of the way it's worded. Your treasures will not produce 3 mana if you have 2 dragons. Just something I had to learn. I think we want all the untapped mana we can get. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means we can cast Brazen Borrower and a counter, or possibly use a Frostbite. I guess we can leave the red untapped because of Frostbite. I don't think that hurts us too much. All right, double dragon. Let's go. How dare you punch a beautiful woman in the gut and run away with her. I will double dragon you to save her. This is a reference to an old arcade game. Some of the boomers are gonna recognize it. The Zoomers are gonna be like, what are you talking about? CGB, your content has gone downhill since you started referencing things. And I'm gonna be like, I don't care. I don't care. And Shepard wants Showdown back. Sure, you can have that. You can have all the value you want. You pile those counters on that Hollow Blade. Okay, so there's the giant killer. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So that's a Saw It Coming. Which we literally did see it coming because of Showdown. Classic. Pump your dog. I mean, you're at 8. Can you kill me? I don't think so. They go for it. All right. And scoopsies. Oopsie scoopsies. Nothing like getting back on the horse with a win. Let's be on the play again. Let's win 2 coin flips in a row, shall we? Man, it's like all the times I took a beating playing this deck are coming back to make it look good on video. Classic. Against rogues? Is this hand good against rogues? We don't have removal, but we have card advantage. We have negate for an into the story. We have Brazen Borrower to spar with Thought Thieves. We can make a little shark to spar with Enforcers, and we're on the play. I think we're gonna try. I don't like having to burn Passage to get my red source. It helps fill the graveyard for them. It's always the same with rogues. I actually like the deck. I hate playing against it, though. Alright, I think we set up... Well, I don't know, man. What are we going to saw it coming next turn? And then what else would we do with our mana? I want to use Shark Typhoon in the turn after that. Yeah, I guess since we can't cast this otherwise, we set up Saw It Coming. Because we might counter their Thought Thief if they hold it for instant speed. This is where we really need to draw some removal, which... Oh, there it goes. There goes that Scorching Dragonfire we put in the deck for this matchup. Alright, where are we at? 5? Okay. This is the turn we want to cycle Shark Typhoon and block this Wind Robber. Okay. All the removal headed straight to the bin. The matchup with Rogues is terrible, because they have a lot of the advantages we have, which is counter magic to protect our things, but their cards are a lot cheaper. So they just get under us and make us look like fools. Come on, land. Well, if we don't draw our next land, we definitely can't win. Wow, they didn't sack it for the card. And we drew the land. This is still a game. I think we say go, because I think our opponent wants to play a Thought Thief here. We'll see. Alright, so do we bounce it? I think we bounce it. I don't think the opponent has the untapped blue source for Into the Story. Regardless, anyway, we're going to make them have it. Easy Fabled Passage draw, though, right? Ah, okay. How did he know? I don't know how he knew. Don't ask me. So, running out the dragon here gets it countered. If they don't have Drown for it, we could run away with the game. But if they have Drown for it, I think we lose on the spot. So I think we try to wait for 7 mana to Saw It Coming and negate for protection, or if they tap out for Into the Story. So this turn, I think we set up a Behold the Multiverse. And then we try to ambush them with the Brazen Borrower when they attack with their Thought Thief. And if they do stuff on their turn, we untap, play Dragon, and try to take over. Are you attacking into the Borrower? Yes, you are. Hi. Alright, if they trade, interesting. They are allowing the block. Now is not the time to remove it. They needed to do that sooner. Okay, they're holding up counter magic. I think they're afraid that they'll just lose to the dragon, and they'd be right. So making a 3/3 shark here would be a great block against another Thought Thief, and since the opponent attacked with that thief, they just kind of threw it away. They might have that, so let's just say go. Staring match continues. It's important to stay chill, not tilt against rogues, not just yell expletives at the screen. Gotta stay chill. I guess I should let this resolve because the opponent might not take the window or might not understand the timing with doing this before blocks. I've seen that a lot on ladder. Like they let it get blocked, then they remove it. Go ahead, kill it. I dare you. No. Oh, there's a Heartless Act. If they don't have the island now, and they haven't had it for a few turns, then they're in big trouble. Don't do it. Don't you island me. Yes! Baby, it's on. Dragon combo assembled. They're on a 5-turn clock, but we also have Faceless Havens and things like that to turn up the pressure. And with all the mana that the dragon makes, they become much more playable. There's the Heartless Act. here. Let's resolve the treasure first. Then negate the Heartless Act. Just so that we have lots of mana. You don't have to do it that way, but there might be times where you want to resolve your treasure token first. And that's the win. I think we really got that win because our opponent never drew their 4th land. I think it was that simple. But it gives you an idea of how to set up the dragon and the combo kill. All right, 3 in a row on the play. Let's do this. Let's do this. Give it to me. Okay. Okay. I'm in. I don't think we've cast a... Oh yeah, we did cast 1 Behold the Multiverse. We had 2 in the last game and never got to cast them because, well, Rogues is full of cheap action. You have to keep playing cheap action against cheap action. Ugh, Lovestruck Beast. A very difficult card to beat. Our opponent has a Stonecoil Serpent. You can tell from the stick. Do we need to start killing things right away and not behold any multiverses? Let's see. This can team up with this to kill the beast. That's pretty nice. I mean, there's going to be a Stonecoil Serpent to crush, and then we could cast our giant, then they cast the beast, then we remove it, attack with giant. Yeah, I think that's the way we play this. Try to get in front of their tempo game. Ow! Ooze. Stompy stomp. Rawr. Boom crush. Here comes Big Boy. Now the opponent might not block it. I want to get an idea. I want to get a sense for if they have a Great Henge. If they block it, we can trade the Bone Crusher Giant and a spell, and then we still have 3 mana left over. Or we just use 2 mana and we don't have to shock out this. That's interesting. The much more aggro line is just to burn this out of the way. The problem is they play 1 more big thing, we bounce that, we attack again. Like, we get attacks in, but I don't think we're winning. We need to draw a dragon if we're going to do this stuff. At the same time, you know, let's do it. Let's be aggressive. Let's make them think about blocking some stuff. 2 for 1 ourselves and get on the beat down. Okay, they're chumping. They're intimidated. Our battle display has left them in awe. Play a Yorvo or something. I can just bounce it. That works. Ooh, I really want another Dragonfire or Frostbite too. And they miss land. Nice. Alright, so. Petty Theft. Smash. And now we let the Borrower join the fight. Rather than Foretell. Try to put a lot of pressure on their life total. Alright, that comes back down. You know, opponents missing land drops makes for just great video content. It makes me look really smart. I hope you can feel the sarcasm oozing from me. Let's bin first. Let's behold the verse. Try to find a cheap removal spell here for this Harbinger. That's not really what I had in mind. The counters are okay, but I really just want to blow this up. Alright, well. Are you going to take it? No. Alright, yeah, they played really defensively. I think they identified right away that we're kind of just throwing cards at them, trying to win. And now we're definitely... We have flying, so it's going to be hard for them to get through. Okay, that's a blocker. That's a blocker. It works. Are they a Gem Razor type? Probably. Ooh, good draw. Zap. Dragon. Smash you. All right, down to 6. Down to 6. What are you going to do? I guess another Stone Cold Serpent as a 4/4 would keep them in the game. Ram through. Ouch. Our Shark Typhoon is 1 short of lethalness. Do you have another? Oh, you do. All right. Opponent's trying to turn it all around here. They kill both creatures with fight spells. They attack for 5, and they get to draw a card. We could block it, but then we're just at parity, and I think a big shark is just going to win the game as long as they don't have another Stone Coil. They can grab a Garruk Planeswalker or creature, so they really want something with reach. They grabbed a Garruk Planeswalker. Okie dokie. Oh, hi. Let's go. Hi there. Get him. If I had made the shark as a 2/2, that would have been lethal. But I still think holding the shark was the right play. Right now we have a 6/6. Opponent wants to attack. Boom! Mega Shark. Have you met the Megalodon? It's a Megalodon. If you didn't see that, I think it's called Meg, the movie with Jason Statham. It's the Megalodon. I can't do it justice, but you know what I'm saying. What is this? I'm trying to see what this card is. Ambush. Okay, more fighting. Green Fight Club. 4 straight on the play. 4 straight on the play. This is the rank up game, man. We need this. This is what I get. So I had a week where I just couldn't win with this frickin' deck. And it's because I was like, I was getting a reasonable amount of draw versus play, like you do. And all I have to do is start recording. All I have to do is start recording if I just want to get absolutely whitelisted. Ask anyone in chat. The comments understand this. And then they get salty that their games don't go as well as mine. All right, Luris, cycling. They're going to play a creature. We're going to Bone Crush it. So we don't want to foretell anything, I don't think. We do get blown out if they play no creature. But they're going to play a creature. They're definitely going to play a creature. No creature. Should I be aggressive? Nah. Staring match it is. Let the cycling begin. We got to be able to counter Real the Everwise, which is what I've seen in these Jeskai versions of cycling. Lots of Real the Everwise. We also have to be able to counter Zenith Flare. Give it time. It's going to be an interesting game. Their skill at doing nothing is unparalleled. Okay. Foretell. This takes the counter shields down, but I mean, they're not going to Zenith Flare us right now, I don't think. Cycle. Cycle. I mean, okay, if they don't put a creature on the field of any kind, nothing to Bone Crush. How much trouble are we actually in? I just need to find 4 counter spells and we win, right? So eventually they have to play a creature, so we need to keep holding our Bone Crusher Giants. If they want to Zenith Flare me for 5, that's awesome. So now is definitely the time to resolve this. Alright, just need to assemble all of the counter spells, not all of the land. Jeez, deck, what are you doing? Alright. Foretell this. Shark Typhoon's also a tough one. When you tap out to make the big shark, right? They can flare you. Flare being an instant is so silly. It really is. Yeah, judging from the fact our opponent refuses to put creatures into play, their whole plan is to flare us. So we have 7 counters. We just need to make sure we set those up. What is this, 9? So they can flare us for 8, 9 here. Oh, now they're gonna play a creature, okay. All right, weird. Weird, but okay. Yeah. Good job, you made the 1/1. Stompy stomps. We don't want it to get to our turn, because then they can make an additional 1/1. I mean, what are you doing? Startling development, okay. But now you're tapped out, and you didn't draw from that, so that's not a very good play. Stompy stomps. Land. Foretell. We'll see if they've got more removal for us. Or more, well, more creatures. Like, now's the time to play other creatures as well. And the flares are starting to get scurry. $19. If they buy Luris, we definitely behold the multiverse here. Alright, so they didn't. So they can cycle twice. They're at 12 cards in graveyard, 1's a passage. So it's 11. They can hit us for 13. I think we let them flare us for 13, because that wouldn't be a lethal flare, and try to get more cards. Yep. Okay, they didn't cycle first. That's probably an oops, unless it means they have no other cycling cards. Let's draw fresh cards here. There's another counter. So we're protected from future flares. And I think we can do it. We want to get a Bone Crush on the field. Spar with this 1/1 and keep it from attacking us. And then, I think we want to be able to kill their creatures. Like playing a Draenith Stinger here is pretty bad for us. How many more do they have? No, lots more. Or do we want to foretell? Are we going to have to remove something and cast this? Probably. But maybe not. Maybe not. The way they've played the game has been odd. Let's foretell, hold up a counter, see how many flares they have. They can't double flare right now. Eventually, when they have enough land and cycling, we have to counter Stingers or they drain us out with them. So that's something that we also have to keep in mind. That's not a card I expected. And if we counter it, we die, so... I guess we need to resolve our Shark Typhoon. Which we don't quite have the mana to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man, that sucks. But now they're tapped low. We can Scorch this. They'll make another one. No, they won't make one on our turn unless they have an untapped land. And now they're not going for it anyway. Okay. But yeah, we need to make a shark. And they're at 31, so we have a long way to go to beat them to death. So we play this. Foretell this. Maybe next turn we can play Shark Typhoon with mana open. Or we just, maybe we don't cast the Shark Typhoon. Maybe we just make a shark big enough to block these things. Maybe the opponent meant to cast that fox. I don't know. Do we hard cast Shark Typhoon? This game has been as annoying as cycling always is, but a little more interesting. Maybe they have 3 flares and 2 3-mana cyclers in hand and they're trying to decide what to do. And they say go, and we don't cast this. We'll get flared. There's a negate. Alright. Let's go big. If they go end step flare into flare, we lose, but we gotta take risks. We are the one who's behind. Good game? Nah. It was interesting, but I wouldn't call it good. There's never a good game with cycling. Saw it coming. Haha. Now watch. They have to cycle 4 more times. They can't not do it. I guarantee they can't not cycle 3 more times. Oh, nice. At least they figured that part out. All right, we got shut down. Going for the shark was a bit much. My bad. Javier. You mean like Javier Dominguez, the person who is the art for Fervent Champion? Awesome. Really excited about that. Great. So, is this a keep? I mean, we have 2 bits of the combo. We have an early removal spell. These beholds are super awkward. And I don't know if I'm making red or blue mana. But I think we try. Nice. Volatile Fjord. Fjord. I foretell a card. I also foretell a card. Let's go. Let's party. It's a foretell party. Because a foretell party doesn't stop. We need to set this saw it coming up for our opponent's dragon turn. Are you going to Brazen Borrow or Bone Crush me? Okay, that works too. We're all going to be sitting around beholding our multiverses today. It's going to be fun. Nothing like a good dragon mirror. Like I said, this deck's popularity has been through the roof, so not surprised to see it out and about. Oh, we're tempo gianting. Okay. Alright, and you're done? Okay. Good turn for the opponent to do that on, for sure. Because I can't dragon them yet. So we'll do the Scorching Dragon Foya before they untap, so they can't protect it somehow. And then we have to hold up Saw It Coming for the dragon. If they go for it, and we updeck an untapped land and play our dragon, woo! Although then that means we won't have counter backup to protect it, but it's not easy for this deck to kill the Goldspan Dragon itself. They need 2 spells most of the time. They're going to be too scared to do anything. There's 2 foretold cards and 2 untapped mana. They don't have the guts to play a dragon here. Told you. Alright, trying to assemble combo. We need another land. Some Shark Typhoons wouldn't be bad. Okay. That's one way to do it. What do you guys think? Do we go for the dragon? They're running the traditional version with Disdainful Stroke. It means they also have 2 Essence Scatters, but Saw It Coming isn't available. They have to have exactly Essence Scatter here. Let's make them have it. Let's make them have it. They could have another Disdainful Stroke, but they spent 1. So it's like there's 3 cards in their whole deck. If they have one of them, they probably win. If they don't have it, we win. Bam. Bam! That's what you like to see. Take your chances, guys. Sometimes it works. Huh. Then I can't counter their dragon, but they kind of showed me that they don't have a way to deal with my dragon. I can't counter their dragon anyway. Okay, that sucks, because this would only produce 1 mana if this were in my hand. So we've got to counter the borrower. And at least keep up appearances that we can counter their dragon. We could also just foretell this. Okay, double frostbiting their dragon is pretty bad. They're going to go for it. If they go for it and we don't double frostbite the dragon, then we're going to wish we had used this multiverse. So let's do it. We're going to need the reload. There's no reason to think they would look at the untapped treasure and like not play their dragon because they feel behind. So they're going to do it. We may as well make use of the mana. The bright side is they attack us here. We can power up Haven, go in for 8. They might get us pretty good if they have another Frostbite to kill the Haven. Oof. Maybe we don't go in with Haven. What do you guys think? Do we go in with Haven and try to race? If they sacrifice this to cast Frostbite, like we can double Frostbite their dragon, but they make 2 treasures, so it's not good. Ugh, I think we're better off beholding the multiverse. I'm not thrilled. There's stick on the stack. Negate is good. Is island good? I guess we can behold the multiverse again and negate with the island, so we'll take it. Tough game. The multiverses are getting so beheld. But will we find the cards we really need? There's a foretell. Second dragon. Okay, we need to try to find a solution here. While the opponent's tapped low. Brazen Borrower. Not really it, but better than nothing. They did foretell this turn, so if it's a Saw It Coming, they can't play it. I guess if they hit their land drop, they might replay this after making another treasure with this dragon. Yeah, yeah. We need a really good top deck. Maybe a Shark Typhoon. I don't know if that would do it either. Like, how do we shift this race? Do we have to get in with Haven? Really good top deck. That is not you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Well, we do what we can. We got to get in, and then next turn we have to get in with Haven. And we have to not die. And I think it's asking a lot. And I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to try. It's where we are in life. We hold the verse. Do we counter it? I mean, it gives them a dig 4 to the right card, and they have a lot of mana, but they have to spend a lot of it on Dragon. I think we let this resolve and try to make them spend their mana on the Dragon, and then try to fight over mana at some point. Ugh, it's so bad. It's so bad. They might just get us down to 2 here. I guess we try to intercept something with a borrower. Because we don't need the borrower to win. And we're hoping the opponent like goes really aggressive. That they kill the borrower and they try to cast Bone Crusher Giant on us for lethal, and we have negate and they don't have the mana to counter it anymore. Yep, there's Frostbite. Do we fight over this? I guess because we still have double Frostbite for a dragon, we fight over this. No? What's important here? That the Haven gets in, so we need to counter their Frostbite. That's what's important. They're gonna have a lot of mana. Resolves, wow. Okay. Okay. Do they have a creature for post-combat? Please don't. Please don't have a creature. No creature. Let's go, Haven. Let's go. Let's go, Haven. Let's go. Super tough game. Will we pull it off? Thinking. Shark Typhoon? No! No! Alright, do we try to cycle for Borrower? Am I dead next turn? The opponent will go to 4 if they attack with both and we Shark Typhoon. Our Shark Typhoon's going to be so much worse because they're going to block the dragon and our dragon's going to die. So we need to go for Borrower, I think. Our Shark Typhoon has to block anyway. I think we just make it for... Oh, we also need Negate open, right? We don't need it if we hit Borrower, but in case something else happens. Alright. For 3, I guess. It's bigger than a Bone Crusher Giant. That's not gonna do it! Oh! Oh no. Oh no. What a good play. Alright. Alright, still not over though. We can negate a removal spell for the 3/3, block the 8/8, and try to attack back for lethal. It's definitely one of those things where there was nothing I could really do if they had that Shark Typhoon. Just the way it goes. Okay. Come on, negate, get there. Opponent with a conspicuous 2 mana. Alright, they probably won't attack with both then, because they know about the Haven. We could top deck a dragon. All right. All right. What's the draw, baby? What's the draw? Woo! I'm thinking about just playing it for one and trying to draw like a Brazen Borrower. Would that do it? It would do it if they have nothing. I'm not convinced their hand is particularly good. Like, making the biggest shark we can and blocking here isn't going to save us. We're just going to be chump blocking no matter what. Surf's up. Ugh! Not even going to have the mana for Saw It Coming here, unfortunately. Alright, this is it. They need a way to clear the shark. Or they need another haste creature. They are... I guess another haste creature, like another dragon, doesn't necessarily do it. Now this has been a good game. A lot of decision points. Really can't say if anybody messed up exactly. Alright, they're thinning the deck. I think if they just had the win, they'd have snapped it off. Maybe they've flooded out. This deck does that. Okay. Yep. Yep. Alright, same position as last turn. Let's do this. Top deck. Oh my god. Is it good? It was a good game, thank you. Yeah, I agree on this one. I agree on this one. Oh my goodness. Man, I hope you stuck around for that game. That was a good one. To everybody who left the video early, you missed the fight. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and yeah, deck plays a lot better when I'm recording than when I'm not. I promise you that. I'm probably not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to sell the dream that this deck is busted, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's not busted. It definitely plays games where you ask yourself, why? Why did I choose this deck? I just got run over completely. But when you're on the play and you have a decent land to spell ratio, this deck can tangle with the best of them. And like I said, if you really want to beat control, if you want to make Yorion cry, I don't know why you watch me. You're welcome to. It's fine. I don't hate you. We can be friends. But this deck does make Yorion cry, for sure. And it can beat anybody with the right cards in the right places on the play. And it can lose to everybody but Yorion on the draw. And that's kind of my takeaway. And you also can't change the deck too much. I think the Gadwick Opt version doesn't really help. A Storm's Wrath in the deck doesn't really help. You just end up tapping out and the opponent does very powerful, nasty things to you. Not to mention Storm's Wrath isn't very good right now. A lot of Indestructible out there. Mono White is still the most played deck. Rogues is up there. These cards don't really care about Storm's Wrath. So I don't think that there's a ton you can do with the way that the deck is configured, which is unfortunate because it's not much for metagaming in best of one. But it is a player. You will see it. You will have to know how to beat it. The best ways to beat it: counter the dragon, make the opponent sacrifice the dragon. Soul Shatter is a card that does that. Or just play 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and when they attack with their dragon to make a treasure, you just keep charging in there. Don't play around their counters too much. They really want their counters to defend their dragon. They don't want to play their counters to stop your spells as much as they want to defend their dragon. So just throw everything at them. And they don't run sweepers, so go as wide as you can. Be mana efficient, play a whole bunch of creatures. That's my advice. Hopefully it helps and takes you forward in the new meta with this awesome new IZZET Dragon deck as a player. And Goldspan Dragon, one of the big cards of the new set. This and Showdown of the Scalds, I think, are the two that are just absolutely sneaking their way everywhere and making aggro decks even aggroer. I don't think you'll regret crafting those. So bite the bullet. Although I'm not positive this is the best Goldspan deck. I think Rule is really good. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video because I'm recording daily again. I'm back. You're cool.
you.